So this is a look that I actually have recreated. I did it a few years ago and I thought I would just try these gorgeous earthy orange tones. They're from the Viseart palette, and it's Viseart Paris. So it's the combination of a Petit 4 and also the Minxette Etendu. Now mine are in here. This is called the kit pack. This is what I use, and these are clean, but what I use professionally, because then I can put loads of these eyeshadows. There's about 4 or 5 palettes in one here. So I've used these colors through here. So I will point them out throughout the video. Also, it's Mother's Day here in Australia and New Zealand, so happy Mother's Day. I was given these gorgeous necklaces by my 10-year-old little heart. He bought them at the school. And this one here, love you mum. So gorgeous, totally spoiled by child number 3. The other 2 ones not here, he's in uni. He said happy Mother's Day yesterday, and the other one slept in a little bit, so he said happy Mother's Day earlier this morning. So hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think. I'm starting by prepping my eyelids with the NARS concealer. This is in the shade Custard. So I'm just pressing that in all the way from my lash line right through to just up under my brows. And this way it creates a really good surface for you to start with your eyeshadows and helps them to blend really well. Going in with a really pale shade, couldn't find that at first, and just popping that in all over the top of the eyelids, right up to the brow, everywhere where I put that concealer, and running a slight amount just underneath the eyes. The first shade is this really nice rusty shade, and I'm using a fluffy brush and placing that all over the eyelid and running that back and forth. You can see I've gone in a couple of times just to pick up a bit more colour. And this is from one of the Viseart palettes. I will list them. There's a couple that I have here. Same on the other eye, just using a really nice flashy brush and sweeping that back and forth. And trying to get it right up into that crease line and perhaps slightly on that brow bone. Now I'm running that underneath the eye as well. Don't worry if you make a little bit of a mess, we will tidy up later. This is a slightly darker shade, and I'm placing that really close to the lash line using a smaller brush and keeping it really, really close right in to that lash line. Don't worry, we will get another brush here, a little bit underneath the eye, sorry, I skipped a step. And we're just blending it out with that brush again, just to make sure there's no harsh lines on that edge. This is a real orange shade, and we're going to place that just above that darker shade and right into the crease, but not above the crease. So really trying to keep it within the eye socket here. Once again, just blending that through with that nice fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up that colour we started off with first and just pushing that back into that crease just to make sure it's still visible. Now I've decided to go for a little bit of shimmer. So we're going to start with the orange shimmer, it's the lighter shade. I'm placing that on top and just on the inner corner of the eye. Then we're going in with a slightly darker shade and popping that on the ball of the eye and just on the outer corner there. Once again, keeping it within the lash line. Now I've lost some of that dark shade, so I'm just going back in and placing that on the outer corner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner in Pillow Talk. Now I've popped that on my tight line and also run it along the bottom lash line. Now I'm doing a kind of a baby flick here. Now I found this eyeliner didn't quite like being put over top of this shimmer. So I did swap to this one here. It's a double-ended. This is copper, and this colour seemed to pick up a lot better. So just running that through and creating a very small baby wing there in the outer corner and running it underneath the lash line and into the bottom waterline just to create a little bit more drama with that colour. Now these colours are complementary colours for blue eyes and green. It's amazing. But I do think all eye colours would suit these shades. This is the On Point Brow Defining Pencil by Youngblood. It's in blonde. Just thought while I'm at it, I will tidy up my brows and just run that through. And once I've added the colour, I always run through with the brush and just make sure it's nice and natural. Once again, this is the NARS in Custard, and I'm going to clean up under the eye. And notice I only put a little bit in the inner corner and a small amount in the outer corner and blend it through. Don't put too much because you'll end up it's sitting in your creases. And then I'm setting that with the rice setting powder just under the eye. And then I'm going in and setting the areas that I would like to set with this powder as well. This is the PONi Cosmetics Chocolate Bronzing Powder, and I love it. So I'm going to add some contour to my face. Instantly, it just warms up my face. I was looking a little light there for a minute. Now, blush. This is called Nectar by Youngblood. Popping that on the high parts of my cheeks and sweeping it up, keeping everything lifted. I also put a splash around my nose, and I'm popping the same colour in my brow,